everyone, Lauren from A Girl and Her Wool here. So today is the first Friday of the month, which means that I have a shop update live in the shop as of 10 a.m. this morning. So Nacho is coming over like he does. Once I start talking, he wants to be on the vlog. He'll have to go sit over there. So anyway, so I'm gonna go through what's going on with the shop, make it a update to the shop news type of thing. So first we're gonna talk through some shop news. Then we're gonna go into some returning colorways that I loaded back into the shop, and then we'll talk about some brand new colorways. So let me pull up my notes here. And I will say that I've started up my blog again, so they're gonna coincide with, I guess we're getting into shop news right off the bat. But it's going to coincide with the channel here. So if you follow along and watch all my blogs here, there's really no information on the blog that you wouldn't receive by watching this channel. It's just that some people who may not like YouTube or don't have the accessibilities to it may prefer the blog. So I want to make sure I keep up with that as much as possible. So just an FYI on that front that I am going to be starting up the blog again. It's pretty much going to follow along here. I guess if there's ever something random that I want to write up about, I will. But for the most part, it will follow along with this channel. Other shop news. So I did launch the Rainbow Club. So this is a 3-month club that will be lasting April, May, and June. So about the 15th of every month, I will ship out an installment of this club. And each skein will be a rainbow inspired colorway, and the 3 skeins will fade. So they will work together in one project, or they'll work well as 3 separate projects, however you want to do it. I will say I opened the club up so that you can order it again on any of my 3 standard bases that I always use: sock, BFL sock, and DK. And for sock and DK, I'm allowing you to order the skeins all the way up to 300 grams. So that way, if you wanted to do like a fun rainbowy blanket or sweater, some larger project, you could order it so that each installment is a 300 gram skein. The yardage varies based on what base it is, but for sock, that's about like 1,300 yards per skein, and for DK it's about like 700 and something yards per skein. So definitely check out the Rainbow Club. You have through April 10th to sign up for it. You pay for all 3 clubs up front, so there's no kind of jumping in and out of it. You kind of get all 3 clubs all at once, or you don't. And then the other thing is that these colors will never appear in the shop. So they're exclusive to this club 100%. They'll never appear in the shop. So if you love a good rainbow, stick around for later in this video, but also go check out the Rainbow Club. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to do it, and I hope you guys are too. And then if you have suggestions for our 3rd quarter or 4th quarter club, you can always let me know. Another news about clubs. So of course we have the mystery yarn of the month clubs. Those renew on the 20th of each month. So I shipped out the April clubs recently. So if you check out a recent day in the life, I gave a little bit of a sneak peek of it there. Otherwise, I will share the colorway in a couple of weeks here on my channel as well as on Instagram, and you can sign up before the 20th to start with the May clubs. And then also I have my Dye With Me club, which I did have to close out. It did sell out for the April 1st renewal, but they're back open. So that means if you sign up now, the club renews on May 1st, and you will receive a skein that I dye throughout this month of April in the Dye With Me clubs. So because I do retrospectively like that, meaning that I dye the skeins first, and then when the club renews, you get a previous shipment. I have to kind of guess ahead of time about how many skeins to kind of have for people. So the earlier in the month you sign up for the club, the better. Of course, you can cancel any time. So even if someone is signed up on like April 10th, it doesn't mean that they're gonna be signed up on May 1st. So just want to throw it out there that if the sooner you sign up, the better, kind of, if you plan on canceling the month, the sooner in the month you cancel, the better for me, just for planning purposes. But those are reopened. They did sell out, but they are now reopened for this month. So if you've been wanting to join and you haven't already, please consider signing up soon. Other shop news, I released the May sticker kits on Tuesday, so those are now live in the shop as well. You can also check out my craft journal vlog that I posted on Tuesday. In that vlog, I just kind of go through and talk about my crafting for the previous month, so it's a good time to just catch up and hear about what I'm working on and my goals and things like that. And then I do show the May kits at the end. So if you haven't picked up your April kits or your May kits, feel free to do so. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that video and I'll show it to you. I have a craft journal that I've been keeping track of all of my projects in. And it doesn't have to do month by month. You don't have to keep track of it month by month. You can pick up, you know, tracking your projects anytime. But each month I kind of release new designs and kits for it. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. And yeah, I'd love to see what you guys are doing with it. And the last announcement before we get into the yarn is that May is my birthday month. It's also my business's birthday month. And so we're gonna be doing a lot of fun stuff. So make sure you stay tuned throughout this month of April, because I'm going to be releasing special things gearing up for May. So I just wanted to put that out there. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at agirlandherwool, or make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any announcements, because I'm gonna be doing lots of fun birthday stuff and you don't want to miss it. Okay, now to get into the yarn. So first I'll go through colorways that are kind of returning to the shop, because in some ways those are just a little, they're still exciting. I'm really excited for the shop update. I have to say overall, I started releasing spring colors last month in March, and I think they're just even more springier this month, and I'm really excited about all these colors. I'm excited to show them to you. So we'll start with the colors that are coming back this month first. So the first colorway that is returning is the Spring Rainbow Gradient set. So it is getting blown out a little bit, but it is a light pastel rainbow. And you can see it goes from red all the way through the rainbow and then adds the purple, purple, pink, and pink at the end. Again, these are really light pastel colors, and each skein has, you know, it's a tonal skein, but then the skein has speckles of the same color on top of it, and just lightly speckled. This is a really fun rainbow set. Again, it's really light. I've seen a sweater made out of it before, blankets of course, and it can do anything. So of course I call it a mini skein set, but and these are 20-gram minis, but of course you can order this any size skein, so you can make as small or as large of a project as you want. But the Spring Rainbow of course is popular. If you love rainbows, this is perfect for you in the springtime, as is the Rainbow Club. So I will have more with this coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, this is the Spring Rainbow set, and again, that's a returning colorway this year. And then going along with that, I'm bringing back a colorway that I've had forever called Before the Rain. Before the Rain is a light gray blue base with just like really slight speckling of a gray. It's pretty tonal, but it's got like little variations of the blues and the grays, and it's just really pretty. And I thought that it worked really well with the Spring Rainbow set, because it's kind of like that Before the Rain, Spring Rainbow kind of theme goes all together. So that is also now back in the shop. So those are the two returning colorways this month. Again, I brought back a few last month, I think. So those are the two returning colorways this month. And then we're gonna head into new colorways. And I always segue with that with a slightly new, slightly returning colorway. So again, I mentioned that I have my mystery yarn club. So December, I had a colorway that was really popular, got really amazing feedback. Everyone really seemed to love it. I loved it. It was one that people were sad they missed out on, and so I'm happy to bring it back in the shop. So here it is. This was, again, the December Club colorway. I didn't change anything about it. It's a white base with light gray, and again, it has like a gray blue, so you do get blips of blue in there too. So you can see some of the blue in there with just a lot of highlights of a brighter red. And I've called this colorway Frostbite. So it's not a great spring name, but it is a springy colorway too, even though it's also a wintry colorway. And I just was so excited to bring it back. So here it is. And then it does pair with the tonal that it came with. And again, I didn't really change this too much. So this is what it was for the December club. And it is a deep tonal red. I think again, it's showing up much brighter, of course. So again, it's a deep tonal red that has just darker bits to it as well. And it just, of course, pairs perfectly. This colorway I just was obsessed with, and I don't really have reds in the shop. So I thought it would be good to just make it its own colorway, and I'm calling it Lovebite. So this is Frostbite and Lovebite. I actually think this would make an amazing Emma May shawl, so I've added this as an option for the Emma May shawl kits in my shop. So if you haven't checked those out, go check them out. When I do kits specific to patterns like that, it is specific in the sense that the size of the skeins that you get are made for the pattern, so you won't have too little or too much. It'll be perfect. So again, you can get it as a mix and match 2-color kit, where you can make it a sock set, shawl kit, sweater kit, or you can do that Emma May shawl kit as well. So I'm really excited that that's back in the shop. And then the other thing I was going to show you is that I have had sample knitters working up projects for me. And so one of them is this colorway. So I figured I would show that to you on my sock blocker. So this is those colorways, Lovebite and Frostbite, all worked up. So you can see how it kind of works up here. Again, it's variegated where you get those just little blips of red throughout it, but you see a lot of the white, the gray, and little blips of blue every once in a while. And then that's how Lovebite works up. So pretty tonal, but you get a little bit of depth. And then that's them as a pair. So it gives a good idea of how that works up. I know I said I was showing new colorways, but I grabbed the whole pile of socks that I've received back, so I'm just gonna run through them really quickly so you can see some of these other samples. All of these colors are currently in the shop, so it makes sense to just show it. So this is Aurora, which you've also seen me work up into my niece's sweater, and then its pair is Sunburst. So you can see those two together. Again, I have a hat kit in this pairing already in the shop, so I love that pairing together. The next one I have, I'm actually going to have one more of this colorway worked up as a sample. So I have, so this is First Crush, which is a really pretty light pale pink that's a little variegated, but it has the speckles of the bright red as well on there. And I have 2 kits set up for it. One with it set up with this dark gray contrast if you want like a real true contrast, and then I also have it with like my colorway Driftwood, which is like a light tonal reddish brown almost. So I'm waiting, I should be getting that sock back any day now. So I have both of them knit up. So this one is in a textured sock pattern, which I thought I would show too. So you can see how it works up in stockinette, but then you can also see how it plays as a textured sock too. So again, that's First Crush, and it's gray contrast, which if you go to the yarn kit section, you can see that pairing there. And then this is Sunset Cocktail, which was my November Club colorway that is now knit up. So you can see it's got oranges and purples, and then I pair it with this pale pink. It's not a huge contrast, but it's the type of colorway where you want to focus on the colorway. You don't want to focus on the contrast. So I thought it was nice to blend in a color from there, and it's even a little variegated itself with the pinks and the yellows. So it just overall adds to like the sunset feel to it, which I thought was a really fun sock set. So that's Sunset Cocktail, which is also now available in the shop. or was last month. And then this is the last one that I have now, but more are coming. So this is Long Time No See, which is one of my new colors from last month that I have in my Caladenia, the Ambah O'Brien Mystery Knit Along kits, the spring kit. So you can see it's overall a pretty blue-green with just really light, well, not a lot of speckles, but you just get the blues and the grays in there. And this is also paired with like a light, I think this is what I call like a light gray contrast. So really pretty. And then what I love about this is that I can kind of take pictures and show you guys like, oh, this is what First Crush and Long Time No See look like. Or if you wanted to know what First Crush and Frostbite look like, you can kind of see them together. Or if you want to see Lovebite and First Crush together, you can. I just think it'll be nice to have both at festivals later this year and then as samples in the shop for the colorways and all of that. So those are all the samples that I currently have, but I will be getting more, so stay tuned for that. But now back to our regularly scheduled program. And just really quickly, before I show you these other new colorways, I also have Frostbite here on DK. So they always look the same to me, Sock and DK. Okay, so then the new colorway for this month is a colorway called Meadow. And this is a colorway that I've had in my head for a long time, but never quite dyed it up. So it's perfect for spring. It's a good pastel-y spring color. And it just has, so here it is. And it has yellows and pinks and blues in it. I'll hold it up close so you can kind of really see that lightness. This is really what the colorway looks like. Really light, really fun. So if you're someone who has a stash and you need like a good light contrast, this really will match a lot of colors in your stash because it has a lot in there, but it's so light that it really will contrast with a lot of colors. So that's it on Sock and DK. And so the other thing I was going to do was just show, like, for example, this is my colorway Midnight, which is a tonal navy blue that I have in the shop. And here you can see it just works really nicely together with that. And also Frostbite looks really good with Midnight as well. So if you're looking for colorway pairings, you can definitely check all of those out. So that's a new any size skein colorway of the month, available on all the bases, any size skein. But you can also grab a new mini skein set. So if you watch my Dye With Me videos, you know we did the cake series recently, and I actually showed this on Instagram yesterday. The photo inspiration that we did was about a cake inspiration, and we did a few different interpretations of it. One of them was a mini skein set. And the mini skein set was something that I just really truly loved. And so I decided to make it a regular in the shop as a mini skein set. So here it is, and I'm calling it, in my head I call it the cake minis, but I'm calling it Sweet Treat. And so this is the Sweet Treat mini skein set. So again, just really pretty springy colors. Everything is getting so blown out. I have to play with my lighting to not have this happen, but I will show photos, of course. So you can see there's one that's a little bit more white and purple, blue, pink, white and purple. This one, or pink and purple, and then green, and then they just all have speckles on it that really make it a uniform set, but really fun mini. So if you have scrap projects or you have a shawl that you want to pair this with, like a really neutral or a dark color, it would go really well with all that. So these are available on Sock and DK, and of course you pick the size of the skein, but like the 5 skeins have to be the same size. So these are 20 gram minis, but you can get them all the way up to 100 gram minis. And I have them on DK here, but in all honesty, it looks the same. So that is the Sweet Treat mini skein set, and it is now live in the shop as well. So that is it with the new colorways. A lot of new fun spring stuff. I know I'm excited about all of it. I hope you are too. It's now all piled up here in one springy pile over there. And then I just wanted to announce that at the end of this month, so at the end of April, I will be hibernating a few colorways. So if you want them, now is the time to grab them, because come April 30th, I'm going to take them down in the shop. So that's going to be the 4 Spices collection. So cayenne pepper, smoked paprika, sea salt, and purple basil. Those are going to come down. And then so is Galentine's Day and the Galentine's Day gradient set. So it's not really like Valentine's Day only kind of colorway, but makes sense to kind of pull it down, and I'll bring it back down next winter. So if you have had your eye on any of those colors, make sure you grab them now before they hibernate. I will say, when I hibernate colors, they may or may not show up in kits later on, but as any size skeins, they are hibernating. And then of course, don't forget to check out the Caladenia shawl kits. I have one that are all those 4 spices, so if you want to just grab a skein of each, you don't even need to knit the Ambah O'Brien mystery knit along. You can just grab them all as one set. And then I also have the spring set, which I'm personally using, which actually is Midnight, First Crush, Long Time No See, and Overnight Oats. That's the spring kit, and that's what I'm using. I think the shawl started today, the mystery knit along, so if you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me there, because I will have a spoiler of clue 1. I've been staying ahead. I'm actually most of the way, or halfway through clue 4 out of 5, so you can see my spoilers on Instagram. But that will do it for the shop. Again, make sure you go shop the update. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys are too. If you have any questions or need ideas for pairings, or you're trying to set up a kit for a certain pattern, definitely reach out and let me know. I'm happy to help. And if you haven't already, consider joining the Yarn of the Month Club or the Dye With Me Club, or in particular the Rainbow Club. And that is it. So thanks so much for joining, and I will see you guys on Tuesday with another Dye With Me. So thanks so much. Have a great weekend, and talk to you soon. Bye.